Chucky, let me find the chat. Hi, Carl. Hi, Carl. Jubilee, Carl. All right. Welcome to Delicious Deets, where we have the cookies and the tea is hot. I'm Divine Dani, and it is my extreme pleasure to have you all here tonight. Tonight's topic, y'all, I'm so excited about tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is women that inspired us in history. I'm even like wearing my Janis Joplin shirt, man. Like, I'm in it tonight. I'm ready for this. Who's ready for this? Put a 1 in the comments if you are ready for this topic. This topic is a huge topic for anyone that's been inspired by a historical figure that is a woman, right? And the fun thing is like, you don't have to be a woman to be inspired by one. I mean, like, we all have moms, we have grandmas, we have cousins, you know, it's just this wonderful thing to be inspired by someone, especially a woman. Tonight I have some lovely guests. If I could have my guests each request the box so that I know who's here, and we can go ahead and get started here in a minute. Let's see, I see Jubilee. So Juby, if you could request the box, my love. Who else? All right, we got one requesting the box. I also need Tiger, and I don't know if female alpha is coming. I need Red Devil. And I need Mooney for our backup. So we've got one guest here. While we're waiting, can we get in the comments? Hi, Tiger, my love. Request the box whenever you're ready, sweet pea. As soon as I get everybody, we'll get everybody in the box. So while we're waiting, if you could put in the comments who inspired you that's a female. I'll go ahead and just talk a little bit about the main person that inspired me, right? So I think a huge turning point for women everywhere was during the suffrage movement. For y'all that don't know, the suffrage movement started in the 20s. Susan B. Anthony was a huge pioneer during that movement. The women's suffrage movement was actually implemented so that women could not only have the right to vote, but women could also own property. Because up until this point, women owning property was very unheard of. It wasn't a common thing. When you got married, you were expected to pop out them babies, because them babies were going to take care of you. Yes, Lala, that Ruth Bader Ginsburg, get in there, girl. She's another good one, another great one. She's an amazing one. She was a Supreme Court justice, huge for women's rights, right? But in the women's suffrage, women not only got the right to vote after the suffrage movement, we also got the right to keep our property that was given to us through marriage. If our husbands died and we didn't have a male heir to carry on the name, We still got to keep our property. That started becoming a thing after the suffrage, because up until that point, it was very unheard of for that to happen for women. So that was a huge, huge, huge thing for women everywhere. Huge thing. Huge thing. And as we get started, I just want everybody to have a heads up. We are recording to get Delicious Deets featured. So please, if we could have no smoking or drinking in the box, no profanities, if we could keep the comments respectable and we could have no cursing in the comments, that would be amazing. Remember, we're all here, we're all sharing things. It gets a little vulnerable sometimes, even though we're just sitting around spilling the tea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, girl. So even though we're all getting a little vulnerable, we're not all going to share the same opinion. We're not all going to find the same women to be inspiring, right? So the only thing we ask here is that we disagree. We agree to disagree agreeably. Just be respectful to other people's comments. Be respectful to other people's opinions. We all have them. And that's what makes us all special, is that our comments are all different, right? And that is the beautiful thing about having an opinion, is we can all come from different walks of the world. We can come from different cultures. We can come from different races, different backgrounds, and we can all just bring it here and we can all share in a safe space. And it's safe for everyone that way. So I'm going to go ahead. I only have 2 of my people in the box. So we're going to go ahead and get them in and get started while we're waiting on our other people to join us. If any of my admins want to come up in the box, just pop up in the box and we're just going to continue. So my first guest this evening, Tiger. This is one of my besties on the app, y'all. This is one of my besties. He is amazing. He's always so respectful and kind and just generous. And I love Tiger. Tiger, will you please tell us who you are?
Okay. Breathe. Meow, 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 y'all. This is Tiger, untamed, here to bring the chaos. I'm over here sprinting. I'm still cooking whatever I saw. Oh my gosh, it's 6:02. So a few things I do have going on. Right after this, I will be on my game show, Guess the Bop, where it's the most toxic music game show of all time. So if you want to see people over here test their music knowledge and at the same time embarrass their foes, feel free to show up. Then tomorrow I am in an auction, the St. Patrick's Day auction, hosted by one of the greatest admins of all time, Beard Raider. So on that note, come find me at 9:45 p.m. tomorrow. I have to make sure I have my time right. Fingers crossed that I did. But if not, you'll see it on my profile in a second.
Perfect. This next guest is actually somebody I haven't had the pleasure of interacting with a lot, but I'm really excited for her to be here. I know a lot of you probably know who she is. She is a really sweet person, from what I understand. She's just super kind, super sweet, super wonderful. So excited to welcome in the box, Jubilee. Hi, love. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Would you please introduce yourself for us?
My name is Jubilee. I've been on this app for a little bit. I admin a couple shows. I admin a really fun show called Jormanji on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Jor's show. It's a lot of fun. You guys should come and watch it this Sunday. We've got some good people on there. It's a lot of fun, a lot of laughter. Also, I'm in for Jamie 7-Eleven for her Once Upon a Quizney show, which is a Disney trivia show. So, yeah, and I stream.
That's amazing. I'm a huge Disney fan, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I'm so excited to have y'all here. So let's go ahead and get started. I know we don't have everybody, but that's okay. As they come in, we'll just add them in the box and just keep going. So first question I have for everybody is, who are some of the women in history that have inspired you? And either one of you can go first. It doesn't matter.
I was like, Tiger, where is he? I was like, he's on top. So for me, I adore women writers. I absolutely adore women writers. I think they're amazing, especially from, coming from, not being able to publish under a woman's name. They had to publish under men's names. I really enjoy writers and stuff like that. But I don't know. There's one person that I wanted to talk about today. I don't know if you want to say who we're talking about yet, but
yes, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna actually go over Helen Keller.
Oh wow! I almost forgot about Helen Keller. She was amazing.
People have. Hi, Yoda.
All right, Tiger. What about you? What famous woman or women inspired you in history?
Oh, so I had to go with someone. She's actually one of the people that I kind of like got inspired to begin to start write when I was younger. So like a little bit about me. I do write poetry. I've had a couple of poems published, dating back to when I was dating back to when the dinosaurs roamed the earth when I was 16 years old. So, but she was somebody that inspired me just to kind of like explore my creative side, and not only that, just kind of like be a little bit more of who I am, be like kind of fierce, be like outgoing, outspoken, and just living in my own truth.
Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. And who was that inspired you?
The late great Dr. Maya Angelou.
Ooh, another good one. Another good one. So I know I already talked a little bit about Susan B. Anthony, right? But another woman that really, really inspired me in history, because she was not afraid to stick it to a man and tell a man, like, I deserve the same respect, was Rosa Parks. I mean, she put up with a lot. I mean, she was around during segregation. She was around during the civil rights movement for integrating the races. I mean, this was a huge thing back then. I mean, they were expected to stand at the back of the bus, and she had a seat. She worked all day long, and here comes this man and says, you need to get up because I'm a white man. No, sir, I do not. Nope. You wouldn't do that to a white lady. You're not going to do it to me. And you know what? I really, really I had so much respect for that. So much respect for that. Because, it shouldn't matter what color we are. It shouldn't matter what culture we come from. None of that should matter. I mean, at the end of the day, it should be about people and being respectful. Definitely about being respectful. I think if the culture that you're in, it's respectful to stand and allow a lady to sit, then it should apply to all ladies.
Period.
Very much so. So we kind of did already touch on this a little bit, but what was the contributing factor that these women brought to you? And I'm actually going to have Tiger answer this one. But first, for those of you just coming in, thank you for being here with us on Delicious Deets, where we have the cookies and the tea is hot. We're here every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And my name is Divine Dani. I have Tiger Untamed and Jubilee in the box with me today, my beautiful, wonderful guests. And today we are discussing the women that inspired us in history. Such an amazing topic, such a fun topic. We were supposed to have this last week, so I apologize, y'all, but I appreciate you hanging there with me. Being sick is not fun. But we're back, we're ready to do this. So what is the thing that the woman that inspired you brought and contributed to history, Tiger?
Yeah. So there were just so many there were just so many different reasons why she inspired me. I already talked about how, you know, she kind of helped me with my writing, well, like with writing. But like in addition to that, there was, you know, there was one poem in particular that that kind of got me through a pretty dark and heavy time, like during my high school, because during, like, there were parts of times during my high school where I was getting bullied. I was getting trolled, the whole 9 yards. And her poem "And I Rise" kind of just really like kept me going, and it just basically turned me into a version of Teflon, where like I could have somebody look at me and tell me I'm stupid, which that has happened actually, that has actually happened in one of my classes by a teacher, by the way. And my response was, and my response started turning into, "Why, thank you. I will be even dumber next time." So, I mean, but I started responding to like those kind of comments with that level of thinking, because I know because at the end of the day, as individuals, we know who we are. We know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and we also know that we can overcome them by utilizing whatever tools we have. And so so like switching my thinking onto that level has kind of allowed me to remain focused on what I'm trying to do, what I want to do. And then like, regardless of who may have what to say, how much hatred is going on around me, I'm able to just be me and be free.
I love that. That's so inspiring and so beautiful. What about for you, Jubilee?
Oh, I mean, Helen Keller, for me, she represented a lot about representing what people with disabilities was first and foremost. I mean, it wasn't like she was this like poor little orphan, you know what I mean, that just, you know, had to do hardships or anything. She actually came from a really, you know, decent family. And just I think she was 19 or 20 months old, I believe, when she actually lost her sight and her hearing. And just to be able to overcome things like, you know, hearing anything or seeing anything, like, how does this happen? She ended up, let me see, I'm sorry, I have a whole list. She ended up going to Radcliffe College, which was Harvard's sister school. She was the first deafblind person to get a bachelor's degree. And through that, she then ended up being an advocate for women's suffrage. You know, it wasn't just about the disabilities. She literally was an advocate for women's suffrage. So it was like, hey, yeah, I'm disabled, but also, hey, I'm a woman. You know what I mean? So a lot of that like entails so much of what people take for granted, especially in today's, you know, generation, where a lot of it's, you know, kind of handed. They don't have this kind of suffering, because a lot of this stuff that, like, she got sick, I think, from scarlet fever or rubella or something like that. So we don't have that kind of stuff now. And a lot of like technology, like hearing aids and all sorts of stuff that people can use, they don't have the suffering that she did. So for her to have that in that day and age and still do all the stuff that half the people I know weren't able to accomplish, it's mind blowing. It's inspiring for sure.
That is inspiring. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, both ladies that I mentioned were Susan B. Anthony and Rosa Parks, and they both contributed a lot to history in itself. You have Susan B. Anthony, that was a huge advocate in the suffrage movement. And then you had Rosa Parks, who was a huge contributor during the civil rights movement in the 60s. So, I mean, both of these ladies were huge, outstanding women. They had a lot to say. It was not, hey, I'm better than you because I'm a woman, but hey, I am a woman. I'm just as good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not less than. And I have something to say, and you're going to hear me out because I'm worthy of that respect. And that was huge for me because, you know, like, I've had times in my life where I've been told to sit down and be quiet, that children were to be seen and not heard. As I got older, it turned into, well, women are to be seen and not heard. And I'm sorry, that's very old fashioned. That's very very backwards way of thinking. It's a very old way of thinking. A lot of people, ask me because they find out I'm married and they go, "Do you have a traditional marriage?" And this is what I say. It's traditional in the fact that my husband is the provider and I am the homemaker. It is not traditional that we make all of our my opinion is accepted by my husband as somebody that he works.
Do you hear an echo?
Yes, I do hear an echo.
You might want to try muting both of us, maybe. And
okay, let's mute both of you, and then we'll bring you back one at a time. All right, I'm not hearing an echo there.
Yeah, is it me?
Do we still?
Is it me?
I think we're good.
Okay.
We're good. We got it.
Sometimes it's a good trick.
But my marriage isn't traditional in the fact that my husband respects what I have to say. My husband we make the decisions for our family together. And that's what women's suffrage brought in history to everyone. Women's suffrage gave women the right to speak in their home, to make decisions with their husband or their significant other. That's the beautiful thing. And then that happened, and then all of these other doors started opening. It wasn't until much later in life that women were given equal rights in the workplace. I mean, that didn't happen until like the 70s, 80s. So, I mean, you talk about all of the things that women have done. They really have opened doors for us in modern times. And, Jubilee, I agree with you. I think a lot of the things that some of these women have done, they really have. So for everybody coming in, welcome to Delicious Deets. With me, Divine Dani. We're here every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. This is where we have the cookies and the tea is hot. Tonight we are talking about the women in history that have inspired us and have made contributions to history and have affected us to this day. It's a very beautiful, powerful, amazing topic. I actually came up with this topic because last Sunday, March 8th, was International Women. So I know we've already kind of touched this. You know what? We've already touched that. My next question is a little tougher. We're going to get a little vulnerable here, but we're also going to spill some of the tea. Was there ever a time where you felt disrespected or challenged, like your femininity was challenged by another female? And Tiger, I know you're a guy, but guys have a feminine side too. And you know what?
Dani?
Yes,
Dani, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but my whole thing glitched out. Will you repeat what you said? Was there ever a time? And then I couldn't hear anything. I'm so sorry. It's me.
You're fine. Technology fails us sometimes, and that's okay.
Right.
We just pivot, we continue. Yes. So the question is, was there ever a time where you felt challenged, your femininity was challenged by another woman, or you were disrespected by another woman because of your views or beliefs? And I was telling Tiger that, yes, honey, I know you're a male, but men, Lala likes to say this on Crowned, so I'm gonna piggyback off of Lala here. Men have a feminine side, just like women can have a masculine side. And I want to know, Tiger, if you've ever felt like your feminine side was ever challenged or disrespected by a woman.
So, I mean, it's not hard to see all over this app that I am in touch with with all 500 of my personalities. Some of them are guys, some of them are girl, some of them are animals, some of them are minerals, some of them are vegetables. I try to tap into all sides of that. And I do know that a lot of times it's not understood. I do know that there's a lot of times when it's not even respected at all. I've encountered it on stream. I've encountered it in real life. I've encountered it all over the place. So there's just too many examples. Are you wanting me to like pick an example or
pick one if you can?
Okay, so we all know. Let's see. I'm trying to think if it is a single. It's not Single Ladies. I think Put a Ring on It by Beyonce or whatever, right?
Yes, that is right. Single Ladies.
Okay, is it?
Yes.
Look, I host a whole music game show. Don't even know my music, so don't trust me. So don't trust me on my answers. You know how when they do how it goes to the little separate part where it's like drop down to the low with it and stuff and what have you. Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you something. I have a runway walk that will shut a house down. I remember I was out at a club one night and I did my whole walk and everything. Little did I know that there was a lady model walking right next to me, talking about why the bleep is this guy over here walking girlier than me, and I'm like, I'm dancing. Sorry, I'm dancing better than you, boo. Step your game up. And I just kept on, I just kept on doing my own thing.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Like, I love it. I love it when anyone gets bullied or harassed or challenged by somebody else and they can just come back from it. They can own it. They can come back from it. They don't even let it bother them. It's like, you know what? I'm a duck. It's going to roll right off my back. And I'm just going to keep doing my thing. You aren't even a blip on my radar, honey. I love that. I love that. What about you, Jubilee?
Oh gosh, I was trying to think because honestly, most of I live in a really liberal area, so there's a lot of support and kind of hippy dippy, everybody love each other type stuff around here. But and even on this app, to be fair, honestly, my inner core is a lot of women. Like there is so much freaking women supporting women where like I mostly hang around with and stuff. It's crazy. But there was a time, oh gosh, it's been about, trying to do the math in my head, it's been about 14 years now, about where I had to have a surgery. And I had this coworker and she was always so jealous. She was just such a jealous, weird lady. But she ended up telling like everybody, customers, everybody she could tell, that I had this surgery and I was taking an easy way out, doing this and that and the other. And it was just awful. And I didn't know how to handle it at the time because I'm thinking, you're a woman. You're like, what are you doing? We're supposed to be all like, you know what I mean? And I ended up just, having a one-on-one because that's what I like to do. But it was that icky feeling of like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So I personally love having strong personality wise type women around me because I feel like, I don't know, it makes me happy. Like I'm surrounded with, strong personality, strong, women that support each other, honestly. Like I just love that because the jealous part is just weird to me. It's always been weird to me. Like I never understood that part, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense, honey. Like I cannot stand, like anytime I've ever encountered somebody, I know especially on the app, they're known as haters. Every time I've encountered a hater, it's because they've got the green jealousy monster on their shoulder saying, well, why does she get this and you don't? She's not any better than you are. You're better than her. And it's like, well, wait a minute here, honey. We can straighten each other's crowns. There's no need to walk by and knock mine off or knock Tiger's off or knock Jubilee's off. If I walk by you and I see your crown looks crooked, I'm not going to point fingers. I'm not going to knock it off your head. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to say, here, boo, hold on one second. Let me straighten your crown. Let me straighten your crown. All right, now we can continue because
Exactly.
you are a queen. You are a king. You are amazing, and you deserve to be built up, right? That's exactly what it is. For everybody coming in, welcome to Delicious Deets. This is where we have the cookies and the tea is hot every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Dani, and I have Tiger Untamed and Jubilee with me tonight. We're discussing the women that inspired us in history, and we actually just got done talking about women that have tried to knock our crowns off us, that have challenged our femininity or tried to make us feel inferior. I actually haven't shared yet, but my story can be a little long. So mine, this is actually a very deep-rooted one for me. My femininity has been called into question multiple times by my own mother. I was challenged by my mom a lot when I hit puberty. And I started making my own opinions and I started forming my own ideas about who I was and what it meant to be a woman in our day and age, what it meant to be a woman, period. I was finding out who I was. This was a part of me, you know, like you go through puberty and you find out, wow, I'm turning into a woman. Like, what is this? What is this? You just like wake up one day and you're like, what is going on with my body? And, you know, like that's a huge shock. It's a huge shock. So, you know, when I started working as a teenager, and you know, I saw that there was favoritism with the men, with the guys my age. I questioned it, and my mom told me, "Don't be a feminist." And I'm like, "Well, what's a feminist?" Because I didn't know what a feminist was. I knew what it was to stand up for equality, but I did not know what a feminist was. So, and there's actually multiple definitions for feminism. But, and I do identify as a feminist now. I identify as the very traditional version of feminism, that women deserve equality. We deserve equal treatment. That's how I believe. I believe that my say is no less important than my husband's. We're in a marriage, we're a partnership. You know, not to get biblical about it, but Eve didn't come out of Adam's foot, she came out of his rib. So we were meant to be partners, not for a woman to be under a man. And that's my opinion on the matter. That's how I identify. And to this day, I still have that opinion. And every time that would come up, when my mom was still involved in my life, my mom would always just tell me, oh, you're just such a feminist. It's so disgusting. I raised you to be more feminine than that. And I looked at her one day and I said, just because I have a traditional feminist view on life does not mean that I'm not feminine. It doesn't mean that I'm an extremist. I just have views. I believe in equality between the genders. I do. I am no less than a man because of what I was born with or how I was born. Just like a man is no less than me because of what he was born with or how he was born. And that's my opinion on the matter. Is it a more liberal view than how I grew up? Absolutely. But I mean, I'm naturally a more conservative person, but when it comes to this, I have a more liberal view. And I feel like I'm allowed to have that. It's my opinion. It's something that I've had with me since I was a teenager, and it's something that I've nurtured and I've grown, and it's grown with me. But that was when my femininity was challenged. And because I was taught, if you're a feminist, then you don't wear makeup. Feminists don't wear makeup. Feminists don't take pride in how they look. Feminists don't take care of their hair. Feminists don't do their nails. Feminists don't do this. Let me tell you something, honey. That could not be further from the truth. I have met so many amazing women who are feminists. And baby, let me tell you, we do our hair. We do our makeup. We wear lashes. Hell, I know some beautiful, beautiful people in the drag community that they do their makeup and put me to shame. They put me to shame. And like, I'm not bad at my makeup, but I've seen Tiger in full getup. He can put me to shame. I mean, like, he can dress like one beautiful queen. Like, I'm telling you, y'all, if you haven't seen it, it is a treat. So, and I mean, you know, like, that is the beauty of our opinions. That's the beauty of everything that's happened in history, right? Sorry, I'm so chatty tonight.
You're fine.
I'm back to my normal self, if y'all can't tell. I get chatty when I'm normal. So, what is something that you would share with someone that is maybe younger about their femininity? Maybe like some sort of advice or a word of encouragement about somebody who's finding themselves in their femininity or has found their femininity attacked or challenged. What is something you could tell them, Tiger?
Ooh, that's a good one. Whoever you are, you're beautiful. That's just a simple thing. The only thing that you have to do is live your truth, and everything will line itself back out.
I love that. I love that. And Yoda down in the comments, I love what he said. He said, embrace your inner queen. I absolutely love that. I love that. Absolutely beautiful. What about you, Jubilee?
I mean, I'm 50, so I have a daughter that's 26. I have one that's 32. I have many daughters. So I literally, anytime they ever feel down or whatnot, and it's not even about their femininity, it's always about be true to yourself and use your voice. That's like a huge thing, is use your voice. Don't back down. Don't, you know, because I back down. I mean, my parents are in their 70s, and I don't know how old your mom is, Divine Dani, but it sounded like a lot of what my parents, you know, were taught when they were, you know, younger and whatnot. And then it just seems like it just seems like a lot of it's still going on these days. But that's what I tell everybody: use your voice, use your voice. Communications key. Don't back down. You know, be strong.
Yeah, I love that. I agree with Moon. You sound like a fun, amazing mom. You really.
I'm not lying. That's why they call me Mama Bear, bro. I've got kids all over this place.
Yeah. Well, and my mom is actually in her late 50s.
There you go. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If that gives you any context. So I mean, like that. Yeah. So something that I would tell, actually something that I tell my own daughter. My daughter is 3, and my daughter is very strong-willed, very high-spirited. I mean, like, if y'all have been in my streams at all, you hear her in the background 95% of the time. I mean, she is not quiet. She is loud. She is vibrant. She is, anybody that's talked with me privately that has seen her on camera on a private phone call, I mean, you know, she is my mini, top to bottom, inside and out. She is my mini me. It is like I chewed her up and spit her out, man. She is, and something I tell her is, don't let people put you down. Don't put down others just because you think you can. Don't bully your brothers just because you think you're stronger than them or smarter than them. But don't let them put you down either. Speak your truth. Make your opinions known. Don't be afraid to be who you are. And I tell her, I'm like, mommy's been afraid before. because I have. I mean, I think we've all gone through it where we're afraid to show part of ourselves because, oh, what is this person going to think? Oh my gosh, what if somebody says that I'm too loud? What if somebody says I'm too this? What if somebody says I'm too that? You know what I have to say to that? And this is what I tell my daughter. Let them think you're too much. Because if you're too much for them, they're not enough for you. And it is okay to walk away from the ones that are not enough. Because if they're going to say you're too much, they're going to try to water you down to fit their narrative. You don't have to fit anybody's narrative. Be who you are. Spread your wings. Spread your wings and outgrow them. Because honestly, you're too much because you show them all of the things they can't have because they hold themselves back. That part. And that is something that we all forget. And that's something that we've all kind of let us hold back. So those of you that are just coming in, this is Delicious Deets. This is where we have the cookies and the tea is hot every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I have my beautiful, wonderful, fabulous guests, Tiger and Jubilee, with me today. We have been discussing the famous women in history that have inspired us, that have made an impact on our lives long, long, long after they're gone, or long, long, long after they fulfilled their duty and made their contribution to history. And we have had an amazing talk. We still have more talk to come. What I want to do now is I want to see if the audience has any questions for me and my lovely guests. Do we have any audience questions? We do this sometimes when I run out of things to ask.
Well, we are missing 2 people, so, you know.
We are. Honestly, the questions would have been enough if we had our full panel, but we did not have our full panel today, so I'm kind of scrambling. I'm like, ooh, I don't have all the questions I need, but that's okay. Because that's what we call the power of the pivot. We're just going to pivot. So while we pivot, does anybody have questions for us in the comments?
How many scissors did I have to make my shirt? I actually brought it like this.
That's amazing. I thought maybe you made it too. It's beautiful.
I wish I had that talent. I always tell everyone I am the least talented streamer on this app.
Honey, that is not true. I am going to correct you. You are one of the most talented streamers on this app that I know. Who else? I have seen you lip sync. I have seen you perform. I have heard you sing, honey. And I know you don't think you can sing, but I know you can sing. You gave me a run for my money on Upstage. You can sing, baby. You can sing. Don't even tell me you ain't talented. Don't you argue with me. Don't tell me you're gonna win. I'm the host. I automatically win here.
Worry about me. Stay tuned for that because I'm supposed to be involved in the twerk off soon. So.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Nobody has any questions for us? How about my guests? Do y'all have any questions for me on this topic? Or for each other?
It's a Saturday afternoon for me. I'm stupid.
Oh, honey, you're not stupid. Don't even. Your brain is relaxed. Your brain's not braining, but that is okay. That does not make you stupid.
All right, I think I might have one. What do you do on a daily basis to embrace your inner queen?
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Do you want Jubilee to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Wait, what? What was the question? Wait, don't ask me what? Sorry, what was the question?
What do you do on a daily basis to embrace your inner queen?
Oh, oh my gosh. Jeez. I learned in my old age that I need to find the little things, like having that cup of coffee that I enjoy so much. writing something that I like. I have these notebooks of quotes, you know, from movies or books or whatever, and I will write those down and I look back on them. It's just, I don't know, I'm weird. I like that kind of stuff. I bought stickers for my planner because I just like that. It's so much fun. You know, like, so I will literally do the stupid little girly things, you know, like that, you know what I mean? Just to make it just, I don't know, some of those days that you have, you know, and then you just do something that makes it fun, you know? I just love that kind of stuff. It's always the small things.
Yes, the small things are good. The small things are very good. So something that I do daily to support my inner queen is I give me some time every day. I take a little bit of salt every day. It's my me. I take a little bit of salt.
You might want to mute me again, or Tiger, because you're doing
There, is that better? Is that better? There, is that better? There. Let's do this. Okay. Now let's try again. Okay, no echo. We're good. We're good. We're good. There we go. So something that I do for me is I give myself self-care time. I take care of myself because I cannot take care of my little humans. I mean, granted, one of my little humans is a huge teenager, but I cannot take care of the little humans that I help bring into this world if I do not take care of myself. And that was something that I actually neglected for a really long time. Like when I say I neglected it for a long time, I grew up as a mom. I grew as a mom to think that if I took time for myself, I was neglecting my kids. And that is not the truth. If you neglect you, you will end up neglecting them. And so that is something that I do. And you know what? I look at myself every day in the mirror and you know, there's days where I look at myself and I go, oof, honey, you put on weight. And then I immediately get onto myself and I say, you know what? No, we're going to say something positive. And here lately, I've lost weight. I'm on a medication change. And with the medication change, you know, like I'm going through second puberty, so don't judge me. Like it makes you gain weight like nobody's business. Like if you do not know, I hope you don't find out until you like are much, much older than me, because 35 is very young to be going through second puberty. So I mean, like my medication changed. I started losing weight. I feel so empowered when I look at myself in the mirror and I go, girl, look at you. You're losing weight. You look amazing today. Look at you rocking that shirt. Look at you rocking those jeans. You know what? I think it's about time you get out them 12s because these 14s are loose, baby. You know, like that's what I do. I pep talk myself. Somebody said it in the comments, like give yourself a pep talk. That's exactly what I do. And it is not, I used to think that that was such a conceited thing to do. And now it's like, it's not. It's love. You got to love yourself.
For sure.
Tiger, what do you do?
Me?
Yeah, I'm going to make your own question.
Oh, you see, what I happen to do is so I take a little bit of time out of my day to dance in my underwear.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And depending on, shut up, Tiger. Featured show rules, y'all. I have to behave. That time I had to cage myself.
Just remember, baby doll, it's PG-13 in here.
See, I almost got feral, y'all.
Oh, honey, we can be feral and still be PG-13.
Oh, what I was about to say was not PG-13.
Oh, well, in that case, that's gotta wait till after the show, baby.
That's why I said I will wait.
We have way too much fun in here, guys. Way too much fun. All right, y'all. So this has been Delicious Deets with me, your host, Divine Dani. This is where we have the cookies and the tea is hot every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you are interested in being on a future episode, please reach out to my beautiful admins in the comments. We have MF Chucky, Ella, Baby Snipe, Queen Lala, and Bunny. They're all in there somewhere. Thank you, admins, for making a comment. Go ahead and make yourselves known so everybody knows who you are. And Super Saiyan Stoner is also an admin. So if y'all want to be in, please hit up one of my beautiful admins and they will get you on a show. I would love to have both of you back at some point, any point.
Sure.
Yeah, anytime y'all want to come back. What, Tiger?
I was about to say, yeah, you already know I'm worse than a cockroach. You ain't getting rid of me like that.
I love it.
It was fun for sure. Absolutely. Anytime.
So I'll have you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves again, do your outro, so that, you know, we know who you are and where we can find you and what you got going on. Tiger, you want to go first?
I was going to say in honor of the topic, I was going to say queens go first.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you, sir. Jubilee again. I stream. I'm trying to get on a regular schedule, so I stream mostly at night. I'm on Pacific Standard Time, so a lot of times I go on, people are asleep. But I do have an auction I'm hosting. It's my 3rd annual May the 4th Be With You auction, and that's on May the 4th. And then I'm in Unstoppable Idol tomorrow. I don't remember what time that's at. I'm gonna have to just look at my planner that's not here, but it's a really cute sticker that's next to it. I got a little microphone next to it. And I also admin Jumanji and Once Upon a Quizney. So if you guys ever want to be on those shows, just let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. My Insta's in my bio. So it's a lot of fun.
And the Unstoppable Idol is 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday.
Thank you. I know it's somewhere around there. Sometime, you know.
I got you, girl. I got
Wait till you guys turn 50, you'll understand, and you'll go, oh my God, JB. And but I'll be 70 and won't remember anything anyway, so it's fine. Never mind. It's all good. George, thank you.
All right, Tiger.
George.
Introduce yourself for me, my love.
Okay, well, here we go. Meow, y'all. I'm Tiger Untamed. Again, I'm probably one of the craziest people you ever come across. Shortly after this, I will be going straight over to my stream and get ready for Guess the Bop, where it is going to be the toxic. It's going to be a very, very toxic game show tonight, because I already had my contestants coming to me talking about, I'm ready. I'm going to be savage tonight and everything like that. So if you guys are interested, pull up, because I'm curious to see how savage and how cutthroat they are going to be. And then again tomorrow, I also have my St. Patrick's Day auction, where I will be. I'm not going to say what I'm going to be doing, but y'all thought. But anyway, you know, pull up for my time slot is at 9:45 p.m. Again, it's just gonna be it's all about having fun when I'm around and being silly and, you know, unleashing your inner beast.
Tiger, I have a question for you.
Absolutely.
So I'm really sorry but last night we did this thing called the Switch Up, where Jor and Italian Chica had hosted this event where 7 of us women had dressed up as men, and we tried to be our manliest men. I didn't get the memo. I ended up being like the most non-manliest man ever. But they're doing it next month, and they're switching it so the men dress up like women. Would you want to do something like that at all? Would that sound like something you'd want to do?
Trust me, I will come up with an outfit.
Yeah, Jawar, look, I'm recruiting. I was like, no, he seems pretty. You know what? He wants to feel it.
Look, I'm already imagining what cup size I'm going to be.
Well, I will hit you up then, Tiger. I will. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Thank you so much. That's going to be a lot of fun. So,
of course.
Thank you, Jor. So thank you, because it was a lot of fun. We had so much fun, and I think it's gonna be they're switching it up, and I think in May they're gonna do like dress up as your favorite streamer. So watch out for that too. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Ooh.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it's just a good time. No auctions or battles or competition. It's just literally fun. Being silly.
I like stuff like that. Just getting down to the real reason we're all here, right?
Exactly. Super fun.
Like,
Content. Yeah. Thank you for content.
Yes.
I have ideas.
Oh, yay. Yay.
I have ideas. And if it's a streamer, I know who I am going to be, and I know I'm going to troll her.
Oh, Lord. I can only imagine who you're going to pick.
I'm just glad she doesn't. Yeah, I'm just glad she's not in. I'm just glad she's not over here because I just started my stream over here to get ready for the show. Tiger says pink wig.
Oh, good Lord.
Okay, thank you so much for.
I like my pink hair. It makes me feel empowered, and it's
as nice.
And happy as I am.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm going to get off of here for a bit, and I enjoy you guys so much. Thanks for having me. Definitely have me again.
Oh.
Hi, girl. We'll hit you up. Oh, look at that. He's like, I got to be pink.
Oh, yeah. He's got it.
Bless all the women.
My twin.
Thanks, you guys. I will see you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you, love. I appreciate you being here. All right, admins. You know what time it is. Box up. Y'all get your moment of clout too. I love you, Tiger. I'll never kick you out the box. All right, if my admins are still here, I need y'all to box up. You get your moment of clout.